Last week, I sent Travis a warning. He made it his life mission once to destroy the empire that I built. Now that I cut him loose in the nicest way that I know how, I fear he may be a bit careless and start coming for us again. But my message to you, Travis, is we're not letting you do that. We are going to dismantle you piece by piece so you won't be able to fight back against us. Your mission was to destroy us? No. Well, my new mission is to destroy you. Please, you think you lot scare me? I worked with you for months. I know fully well that there ain't nothing to be afraid of. I know everything about you and your team. Everything. Brett and Max didn't see that, and that's why you won. And although they aren't by my side anymore, I have all I need to take you out of business. So Sam, I'm answering to your warning. And I am now warning you that your empire is coming down. Travis, let's not confuse everyone, right? I mean, you made it seem like you abandoned your brothers, and that ain't the truth. Your brothers abandoned you. Just like I abandoned you. Just like the crowd abandoned you. Just like everyone abandons you. You have no allies, no friends. I would be surprised if your mother still calls you anymore. You have nothing, and I have everything, as it should be. You stand alone, and if you stand alone, you will also die alone if you threaten me again. Friends hold people back, make them weak and vulnerable. There are 3 things in this world that I want. Money, which I have, the death of the Wolfpac, which is coming, and that world title that is around your waist, which I will also take as my price for ending you. So I challenge you at the next pay-per-view for the title. I mean, if you're going to attack me 24/7, you might as well make it interesting. And no better way to do that than to take down the foundation of your whole team. Well, you know I don't like to back down from challenges, so you're on. And when I win, it won't just be the title that I keep. I keep the smile on my face when I break every bone in your body and make you wish you were never born. And when you're in the hospital bed, crying in pain, think to yourself, I brought this on myself. Last warning, Trev. I'd listen if I were you. Well, time to move on to the first match of the evening then, following King Sam and Travis doing the annual clashing of heads, which seems to just occur like every day at this point. But nonetheless, first up tonight we have a match that was booked last week, and it's John Cutter stepping down to the ring. He's going to be taking on Trevor Jackson. Here this evening, Trevor Jackson came out last week to address what happened at the pay-per-view, and he said that he's happy to finally have the Vikings of Destiny past him and ready to move on with his career, at which point John Cutter came out and said that he's ready to move on with his career and he wants to make an example of John Cutter here tonight. This match will be an extreme rules match, and the purpose of this match is for both men to prove their stuff. Of course, John Cutter recently turning his back on his partner and dismantling him to the point of injury at the Wolfpac in the Outback 2 pay-per-view. But John Cutter looking to make a name for himself, put a mark and a standpoint here in Friday Fight Night singles action. He had a slow start to tag team action this year, but he has been a phenomenal tag team competitor. But tonight, he gets his first taste of solo action. No strings attached, no more El Murica. And the same thing goes here for Trevor Jackson, who's finally free of the burden of the Vikings of Destiny, who I don't think will be eager to be hunting him down anymore. Trevor Jackson can finally move on and do his own thing, and here he is tonight, looking to make a name for himself. Of course, fresh off the victory at Wolfpac in the Outback 2. He's very, very confident about how things are now. But how confident will he be after he gets out of the ring with this man who, without weapons as being legal, dismantled his partner? Will he do the same here tonight with weapons allowed? Or will Trevor Jackson find a way to tower the man that is John Cutter? This is scheduled to be one hell of a fight to start us off. This is the final regular show before the Christmas Clash pay-per-view. And then, well, obviously that doesn't affect Fight Night, but it's still going to be an amazing pay-per-view, so be sure to tune in. And look at that, straight out the gate with a DDT. Remember, this is Extreme Rules style, and these two are going to go straight, hammer and tongue, no slowing down at all in this match. They're just going to go running straight for each other in there, and the massive Irish whip just tossing him into the corner. Oh, and look at this power in the uppercut. And straight out the gate, John Cutter flying here against Trevor Jackson. Well, look at that. There's a beautiful counter, though, by Trevor Jackson. Now he needs to start mounting some offense if he can, but once again, a counter of his own there. John Cutter this time. And John Cutter coming out the gate flying here. He's not slowing down, nor does he have any intention of doing so. Oh, try to scoop him up there. Well countered by Trevor Jackson. Might be now be able to do it himself. Look at this beautiful, beautiful display of athleticism there, and an arm drag that follows. And that's what he's got to do. He has the speed advantage. He has the acrobatics and the aerial advantage over the big man that is John Cutter, who very rarely will find him on the top rope. So that's what he's got to use here to get the advantage. But look at the strength of John Cutter slamming him down here. And he really is dominating Trevor Jackson right out the gate in this one. Just trying to establish himself in singles duty. He believes that he can do it. And of course, look at this. Removing the turnbuckle, and the referee, all he can do is watch. That is legal. Everything is legal in this match. And John Cutter willing to use that. Oh, look at this. Sending him to the other corner, though. Did opposite against using that exposed turnbuckle. And now Trevor Jackson with a counter. Might be able to capitalize on the space, and he does. There's a neck breaker. And now look at this. To the outside. Maybe he's looking for a weapon. And John Cutter's going to follow, but can he get a weapon out? He does. Here's the kendo stick. Oh, look at this. Just punches it out of his hand. And Trevor Jackson has now got a pursuit from John Cutter, but hit with a downward spiral. Very nice. But look at this. A counter. John Cutter dominating out of the gate here. Trevor Jackson in survival mode for the moment. Really is just trying to fight on here. But John Cutter being really overpowering straight out the gate. And now look at this. Fireman's carry up on the shoulders. What's he thinking? Just going to drop him face first onto the board there. And then tossing him back in the ring. Has no intentions of staying out here for much longer. And John Cutter opting not to go for the weapon. Strangely enough, we thought maybe this new attitude might lead him towards the weapon. But he just wants to use his brute power to do it. Look at this. Playing to the crowd as he is dismantling Trevor Jackson, who's now trapped in the corner and being hit with devastating big boots, trying to crush the chest of John Cutter, Trevor Jackson right here, who really needs to get going because John Cutter is really destroying him now. And I see why he was the first to go for a weapon. But John Cutter didn't even give him a second to use it. Oh, look at that. Was thinking a chokeslam. Big counter, though, by Trevor Jackson. And he needed that one, but now needs to capitalize. Needs to get some offense of his own in if he's going to survive in this match. And this might be the way forward. Trevor Jackson trying to turn the tide here. What's he thinking? Creeping up to him. Oh, and a massive roundhouse kick right to the top of the skull. And once again, back to the outside. Maybe again looking for a weapon. This time looking for a sledgehammer. Oh, but look at that. He just tossed it away straight away. Had no intention of bringing in the sledgehammer. He wants to use his power. He's managed to find a way to turn the tide, but John Cutter just too strong. And now, and once again in trouble, once again looking for another deathlift suplex over the head. And John Cutter has had a momentary slip, and all of a sudden that has allowed Trevor Jackson an opening. He's gone for the cover here and only going to get a 1. Early days yet for Trevor Jackson. A lot of damage still to inflict. But he is fighting on. Trevor Jackson's a tough fighter. Not many men can step into the ring against the Vikings of Destiny and live to tell the tale. But that's exactly what he's done here in WIW. And once again, looking for a weapon this time. Maybe he'll decide to use it. He does. In comes a baseball bat and right to the noggin. Oh, wait, no. He caught it. John Cutter. And look at that. He doesn't need any weapons, he says. He throws it straight back down. He just wants to inflict pain with his bare hands. And an Extreme Rule match where both men want to use the moral high ground. But look at this. Once again, the baseball bat coming into play. And now this time hammering away on him with the baseball bat. Finally was able to use a weapon. And look at this. John Cutter just caught up. Did you see the face of Trevor Jackson there? He couldn't believe how easily he just shook off them baseball bat hits. And now look at this. Trevor Jackson's in trouble. He's ready to put him away. Here comes the military press spot. I knew I butchered that straight away. Military press. So, power slam. And no! Trevor Jackson kicks out. He survives for the moment. But the military press power slam, which for some reason I'm still forgetting the name, even though I've already just said it. And now look at this, to the middle rope, John Cutter trying to take a leaf out of Trevor Jackson's game. Didn't quite pay off for him. And now Trevor Jackson taunting almost to say this is too easy, even though he really has struggled in this matchup. But still trying to provide a fight back, still trying to make things go his way. Look at that, went for the clothesline, couldn't quite connect. And now with a clothesline of his own, and look at the power behind that one. Sheer momentum lifting John Cutter off his feet there. And now look at this, trying to get behind. There's a suplex. Oh, but look at this, picking him straight back up for a second German suplex. And of course, you can't have 2, you must have 3, a third German suplex. And landing him perfectly in the center of the ring. Always looking for a DDT, big counter though by John Cutter. And these two are putting on a classic to start tonight's show off. And John Cutter goes for the first cover of the match for him. And he's only going to get a 2. And these two really bringing it here to start the show. Trevor Jackson still fights on. He's taking some hits, but really started to take control in these later stages. And now being picked up back up. But look at this. John Cutter with an arm drag to get out of trouble. But another counter this time by Trevor Jackson. And landing a drop kick. And look at him screaming in the face of John Cutter. Into the cover. Remember, no rope breaks. This is perfectly legal. And he's only get a 2 count. And Trevor Jackson now thinking what the next move's going to be. He's already been using the baseball bat. He's worn him down slowly. He's landed some big strikes. But nothing major. And look at this. Grabs him by the throat. Lifting him up. Spine buster from the military press. Into the cover. And I think John Cutter's done it here now. Yes, he has. John Cutter puts up a great fight and picks up his second singles win in his career. What a devastating move that was. Lifts his arms up in the air. And Trevor Jackson can't be happy with that one. This was supposed to be his showing that he was going to get back. But look at this. John Cutter showing a bit of respect there, but Trevor Jackson not having any of it. And clearly he earned John Cutter's respect for that intense battle to start off the show. But I have a feeling that Trevor Jackson isn't quite done yet. But it is time to move on down the rest of the card. Another strong showing from John Cutter. Next up tonight, another open challenge issued by Big Willie, who is of course rocking the Santa costume once again this evening. But tonight he's letting his challenger come out first. Of course, we know it's an open challenge. We know what Big Willie's going to be bringing to the ring. But who has something to bring to the television champion? Oh! See, now this is a challenger for that title. This is someone who I could see keeping up with Big Willie. He is Big Boss, making his way down to the ring, ready to compete for the television championship. His first ever title opportunity. A big match this is going to be for Big Boss. And I'll tell you what, this could actually be the answer. This could be the answer to beating Big Willie. Someone as equal size, of equal strength, and equal in-ring ability. Well, at least he's shown it lately. He's got a lot better in his in-ring wrestling as of late. But for Big Willie, has defended his title on many occasions, on many a night, and he has no interest in letting it slip here tonight, that I'm sure of. But can Big Boss overcome the odds and take down Big Willie and become the new television champion? Big Willie, of course, only the second television champion ever, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Travis the first, and Big Willie having a monstrous reign straight after that. And here he comes, jolly old Saint Nick himself, or as we know him, Big Willie, down to the ring in the Santa costume, almost unrecognizable from this perspective. As soon as he takes off the hat and the jacket, we all know who that is. It is our television champion, who has been so dominant last week. Took on 2 people in an open challenge and just dismantled them this week, looking to do the exact same thing. He has been so dominant since that title has been around his way, or even since he's been at WIW. Only one man yet still to actually pick up a singles win against him, and that was Soulman Akira. But then he got squashed the next week as they faced for the television championship. And there's something about these championship matches that bring out the best in Big Willie. But the question is, can he do it again here tonight against someone of equal size and strength, here as the television championship is once again put on the line for Big Boss's first opportunity at a title? This is a big, big match for him. Can he take the chance that's been given to him? He hasn't been around as much, but he's in the ring and ready to become the next big man to be the champion. But as for Big Willie, the first time ever he's going to be in a match where he does not have the size and weight, the height and weight advantage. This is going to be a tough ask for Big Willie here tonight. Surely, Big Boss is going to be the man to bring a challenge to him, and the television champion holds his title high, which for what could be for the final time. But he hands the title over to the referee. He's a very confident individual, and since becoming television champion, he's just become more and more confident and more dominant. But with the TV title on the line, can Big Boss live up to the occasion? This really should be an even match this time round. 2 big powerhouses who use their strength and power to win matches, and now look at this, straight out of the gate with a Hurricane Rana. And not wasting any time here to bring out that Hurricane Rana that helped him pick up the win last week, and now to the corner. What's he thinking? Look at this. Taking Big Willie taking Big Boss to the top rope. Is he looking for a superplex? Oh my gosh, he must be combined like 1,200 pounds. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. The ring just collapsed. Holy shit. The ring just imploded off the impact from that superplex. Big Willie just dismantles Big Boss, but they're both down. That must have done some devastating impact. But look at this. Big Willie just gets up, and the referee's called it. The referee has called the match. Big Willie retains in devastating fashion. Well, after spending a good 20 minutes repairing the ring, it's time for the next match, and it is a bit of women's action with some tag team. That's right, the first ever women's tag team match about to commence here. But I don't think they're going to feel particularly safe in that ring after it just literally collapsed as the combined weight of Big Willie and Big Boss destroyed the ring. And I don't know how badly that's hurt both of them, or either of them. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. But first woman down to the ring is Violet. Here tonight, the young blood herself, ready to join out with a partner that she doesn't quite know who yet. But she does know that she's up against Shannon and Jade, who were very good friends in the series before in the trial era, and this year reforming their friendship as they go into some tag team action and give themselves a chance to show off what they can do in a wrestling ring in the women's division. But for Violet to be a part of this match, she's going to need a tag team partner, and she's got one that shines ridiculously bright indeed. It is Tashley. Tashley here to make her Fight Night debut. You got opposite ends here. You got the darkness in Violet and the light in Tashley. Could be a recipe for success, or will the opposite personas cause a little bit of problem? But then again, don't let that brightness fool you. She may be the light that guides the way, but she guides the way to her own success, and she cares very little about the success of others if it means that she doesn't get what she wants. But Tashley, ready to team up tonight with Violet. So is she going to cooperate, or are these two going to implode? Because they are dealing with two people who know each other very well, who know each other like the back of their hands. They've known each other since the trial era, the longest serving women in WIW history. And they're ready to make their Fight Night debuts here tonight. And here comes Shannon down to the ring. Oh, look at this. Jade's with her. Coming down together, showing a sign of unity here. But Shannon, the selfie queen, the developing selfie-itis, or self-itis, whatever it's called these days, on a brief time out of WIW. But Jade coming down with her. They're dressed very similar. They are very, very good friends, as you've gathered, as I've mentioned already. And you know, best friends, when they are women, they all like to dress the same and do the same shit, and, you know, etc., etc. But Shannon and Jade, ready to make their in-ring debuts here tonight, as are Violet and Tashley. So it's going to be Violet starting us off, and Shannon's going to get us going. And the bell rings, and away we go. And look at this, Violet straight out the gate, not wasting any time here, going in with an arm drag. Out of the wheelbarrow as well. I thought maybe she was going to go for something a bit bigger there. She decided against it. And Violet gunning straight out the gate here. Of course, Tashley acting as her partner tonight. This is the first time that we're going to see these two, Violet and Tashley. So we need to see what they have to offer. And already it's looking like Violet going to be a very aggressive fighter. And look at this. Begging for her to get back to her feet. Shannon in a bit of trouble here. And a beautiful Hurricane Rana. And she's showing already a balance of some powerhouse moves as well as some high-flying antics. For Shannon, we know her strength is her power. Don't let her body deceive you. She is a very capable and strong fighter who can fight with the best of them. And Shannon teaming with Jade tonight, who we've seen her at craziest, and we've seen her at her sanest, I guess. Look at that, Shannon with a scoop up slam, following up with an elbow. And now to the middle rope, what's Shannon thinking? Looking to get her up. Looking to fly, maybe? Oh, and into a neck breaker. Beautiful move there by Shannon. Showing that power style as I mentioned. And now to the corner again, where she might want to make the tag. No, look at this. To the top rope. Jade gets out of the way to let her do her business. And Shannon looking to fly here. Oh, big counter though by Violet. And just tosses her back down. And gets off that top rope. No interest in being up there. Big counter by Violet. That could have been devastating here, and a drop kick to the back. And Violet in control, but she might... Oh, I thought maybe she was going to let Tashley have a go there, but she's going to stay in the ring. She is in control, so there's no reason why she shouldn't be. Shannon needs to get back to her old ways. Of course, she was one of the first ever women's champions. She was only a one-time women's champion, but she did win it in the trial era. But of course, the trial era doesn't go on record anymore. But look at this, Shannon. Beautiful snap suplex. And so far, no tags made as of yet. But Shannon's been very eager to make one. She just can't seem to get Violet in the corner without a fight to get one. And once again, trying to just make that tag happen. But Violet says no. And Violet now to her own corner. Has Shannon in a bad place here. Tag, and in comes Tashley for the first time. And what's she thinking? Oh, and just Double axe handle to the arm and straight up on the shoulders. Tashley not wasting any time here to get herself comfortable in this match. And there's a stun going off the ropes. Oh, she tried to flip over and crawl, but she couldn't quite do it. Now look at this. Tashley to the top rope. The phones are out everywhere. They're getting pictures of this. Tashley looking to fly. Oh, in a drop kick. And now Shannon once again just trying to crawl to her partner, trying to make the tag. This time by any means necessary. And there's an arm drag. And now Shannon to the corner again. This time might be able to make that tag that she's been trying to do. She could do it now, but she took too long. She hesitated. She's hesitated. And now Tashley taking her away from her corner. No, Shannon fighting out of it again, using her strength. And now look at this. Irish whip to the corner again. Now can she make this tag? Yes, she does. Finally. In comes Jade for the first time. And look at that massive gut punch. Oh, and a big counter though by Tashley. And now these two trading fists. Look at this. Grabbing her by the throat here before taking her down. And both Violet and Tashley using that there. And now look at this. Look for a Hurricane Rana. Violet and Tashley with a very similar fighting style here. A little bit of physicality, but also a beautiful display of athleticism and agility. And that neck breaker drags, and after that neck breaker drags her to the middle of the ring. Might be thinking of a cover here potentially. No, instead of double knees. Oh, look at this, and another double knees. Destroying the stomach. They're playing to the crowd here, and the crowd are loving it. And now what's she thinking? She's giving herself a bit of space here. Might be looking to end this match. What's she thinking? Oh, look at that. Massive leg drop to the back of the head. Jade's in trouble. Into the cover. Shannon trying to make the save, and she gets there at the count of 2. But look at this, Violet tossing Shannon out of the ring. Getting her out of harm's way. And now look at this. Jade trying to fight back. She's angry now. She's hurt, but she's angry. She did not like that for a second. And now Tashley and Jade are left alone in the ring to battle it out. And a massive headbutt. Did you see that? We know Jade always favoured the headbutt, even in the trial era days. But signs of ring rust early on here from Shannon and Jade. But once again, going back to some tag team action. And once again, wrench on the arm. And now look at this. And this is what they like to do. They like to work together. They're no strangers to working together. Oh, look at this. A bit of confusion here. And it looks like Shannon was interested in making a tag. But Jade had no interest in coming back in. To be fair, she did just take some hits. She probably was about to be counted out if it weren't for that. But look at this. These two very unclear about what they want here. Shannon really wants to get out of the ring. But Jade has no intention of coming back. And you can't blame her, like I said. But Shannon not taking that very kindly here. Look at this. The strength of Shannon. This is what we were talking about. The raw power that she possesses. Squatting with her in the air. And a suplex and her legs ricocheting off the ropes for added impact. And now Shannon ready to put her away. What's she thinking? Oh, she's going to try again. There we go. She grabs her this time. And back up in the air. Might be looking for something bigger this time, but no, a counter. And now Tashley gets her behind and a big suplex. And now Jade ready to make the tag, but now Shannon in a vulnerable position. She might not even be able to make the tag. Tashley grabbing her again. Not giving her a second of space to move herself. And that's the wise thing to do. Oh, and a big slap there. Oh, and look at that though. Shannon with the counter. And she now might need to tag out if Jade is ready to come back in. Big knee though by Tashley. And a big counter by Shannon into a clothesline. And Jade calling for the tag. And back in she comes. She's ready to compete again. She had to take a minute to breathe. And she had to tell Shannon that she was going to do that. But Shannon willing to let her do it. Now look at this. What's Jade thinking? Oh. Jade questioning herself there a bit. Wasn't sure whether she was coming in or out. And of course these 4 women will all be eager to get a shot at the women's champion at the next pay-per-view, which is Laura Stables. But Laura Stables showing a very different side to herself last time out. And I'm not sure what all that was about, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Oh, look at that. A massive knee lift there by Jade. And now look at this. What's Jade thinking here? Sweeping the legs. Beautiful. Turning her inside out there. And now Jade to the corner. What's she thinking here? These two planned up something special. They might have done. Look at this. Tag main, in comes Shannon, and look at that, there's a double elbow. I thought maybe they were going for something bigger than that. Look at this, trying to crawl to make the tag, she does. Shannon couldn't stop her. Back in comes Violet, and Shannon and Violet left to do battle once again, completely by themselves. And look at this, Violet just attacking, but look at that, big counter, and into a sling blade goes Shannon. And Shannon decided she had none of that. She was like, fuck that. And she tagged out. And into the ring comes Jade again. And trying to keep her down there with another massive headbutt. She loves to use that headbutt. And Tashley is down here. Violet's in a vulnerable situation. But look at this. She ain't backing down for a second. Screaming in the face of the crowd. But look at this Jade now. With a counter. And into a Hurricane Rana. In the middle of the ring. And now she's screaming. All these women are screaming their heads off. This is craziness. And now Jade. Irish whip to the corner. She's got her there. What she can do? No. Big counter. And now look at this again. Another counter. And another counter. These two trading counters. But who's going to get it? Look at this. A stunner. But into a submission hold. Look at this. And she's tapping. Shannon didn't even realise what was going on. And Violet makes her tap. Violet and Tashley pick up the win against Shannon and Jade. Big win there. What a beautiful move that was. The stunner into the submission hold. And that's picked up the win for Violet and Tashley here. Beautiful suplex there by Shannon. I thought maybe she was close to wrapping it up. But the counter by Tashley, and then look at this as well. The beautiful leg sweep. But they've picked up the win. Violet and Tashley, they did it. They were able to get the win here against Shannon and Jade. And these two fought valiantly. Maybe these two ready to contend for the Women's Championship. They've both had good showings there, and they high-five as a bit of respect after a hard-fought battle there between all four of these women. It's time to move on down the rest of the card. Well, we move on down the card. We've got plenty of more in-ring action. Remember the Christmas Clash pay-per-view being next. It is a Monday Night Mayhem exclusive pay-per-view, but it's going to be some great action, and you guys are all going to want to get involved. Next time, Soulman Akira coming down to the ring tonight. It's been a while since we've seen him in in-ring action, but he's always excited and ready to get into the ring and show what he's capable of. He's a really skilled fighter, and we know that. We've seen him at his best, and we've also seen him at his worst. So look at this. Speaking of seeing people at their worst, look at that. Bruiser Brad. This massive man mounted with a steel chair at super steps. And he just takes down Soulman Akira. And now just walking down to the ring, he picks up a microphone on the way down, and it looks like he has no interest in fighting here tonight. He's here to send a message. But I don't know what he has to say. Well, I guess we'll just let him speak and hear what he has to say. I will make this nice and short. Robertson, I want a rematch. And I will destroy every person in the locker room until I get what I want. I'm coming for you, Robertson. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Oh dear, a very clear warning sent to Robertson. And I wonder what he's thinking. This man is on a mission. And it's time for tonight's main event, and it's a big one, a 6-man tag team match. The Chaos Twins working with another third partner. Of course, they worked with Trevor Jackson in a 3-on-2 handicap against the Vikings of Destiny to earn the opportunity at the next pay-per-view to fight the Wolfpac. That's what I was looking for. I froze for a second there. But Jason and Tyler Chaos, they're here tonight. They'll be teaming with Travis to take on all 3 members of the Wolfpac. And of course, we all know that the record for all 3 members of the Wolfpac in the ring at the same time precedes itself. The only time they lost in in tag matches outside of 2-man tag was in the 4-man tag team, where Travis was actually part of the losing team, and he took the pin as he was beaten by PJ McNair, I believe it was at the time, at the Chaos Twins. They've made it very clear they have no interest in losing to the Wolfpac, and they are very hungry for their tag team titles. They want to become Fight Night Tag Team Champions. Of course, they will only be the 2nd ever team to do that. The Wolfpac, of course, still enjoying their first reign as champions. And here comes Travis Cotterrell, a man who also is eager to get some revenge. He said at the beginning of the show, Sam has made it abundantly clear that he has every intention of destroying him after he set his life on destroying the Wolfpac, and he still intends to do that. And what an opportunity that Sam has given him. He's given him a title opportunity at the next pay-per-view. So he can dethrone the leader of the Wolfpac right here and now. Of course, the former member of Wolfpac himself will be given a massive opportunity, but King Sam is eager to just put him away from good and put him in a hospital ward. And of course, it's all spurred from when he came him being chucked out the Wolfpac on his wedding day. Of course, went off camera to be married out of the Wolfpac's eyes to, of course, prevent any further injury. But Travis now, teaming with the Chaos Twins, who have made it very clear in the past they're willing to do whatever it takes. But Travis has put that into practice more than once, actually doing more than is necessary. But of course, 3 men coming down now, not shy of doing whatever it takes either. Of course, already a win against Travis in 6-man tag team action at the last pay-per-view. And basically every time they step into the ring with Cotterrell versus Wolfpac, a rivalry which still continues even to this day. And here they come, the Fight Night Tag Team Champions, Stephen and Dave, along with their leader, King Sam, the World Heavyweight Champion. All enjoying still their first reigns as champions. I believe, actually thinking about it now, that King Sam and David, now that Jace's title reign is over, they might be the new longest reigning champions. Of course, been tag champion since Resurrection, yet to drop them. As for King Sam, of course, winning his title recently off of original Brad. Since then has only defended it against Brad, but he's scheduled now to take on Travis and defend it one more time at his own asking as well. At the request of Travis it was. Of course, Travis suggesting if we're going to do this, we might as well do this properly. And Sam was more than happy to oblige. He's a very confident champion. He knows how good he is and how good he can be on his best day. All 3 of these men know how amazing they are. The Wolfpac era has really, really dominated WIW scenes for a while now. And we are now past 40 episodes. And the Wolfpac still remain as dominant as the day they came when Sam won the world title all the way back in WIW in the trial era period. And let's see how the Wolfpac do tonight. David going to start us off with Tyler Chaos in the ring. Okay, I'm getting better at telling who's who now. I'm getting slightly better. Still not fantastic. Look at this, straight to the outside. David not wasting any time. Of course, for Stephen and David, the target will be to do as much damage to the Chaos Twins to make their title defense as easy as possible. But for the Chaos Twins, they're going to want to do as much damage to make their life a little easier. And this is why it's just gone straight to the outside here. And look at this. No, right on the edge of the barricade. Oh! Did you see where his nuts landed? Oh my god, added impact. Look at this, David. Looking to get some instant revenge here. Oh, on his face, landed right on the corner of the barricade. And already these two wasting no time. Wait, no way. Is he seriously about to take a count-out win already? No, I didn't think so. Count of 8, back into the ring. The referee screaming at him to get back inside. But a good start here to this matchup. And now David in the ring trying to land the big strikes. And look at this. Tyler just tried to crawl away for some help. But there was no help at hand. And look at this. Oh, and a massive gut buster. He dropped him down quick there. And following it up with a senton as well. And this has not been a good start for the Chaos Twins. Of course, like to lead the way. They like to take charge in these 6-man tag team matches. But look at this. Big counter and a big clothesline to follow. And he's going to want to get out of there. Tyler wasn't available. Jason wasn't available to make the tag. So Travis comes in. Can Travis help him out? Of course, last week, even though ambushed by Sam, won against the original Brad in 2 minutes. And Brad's been on a real downward spiral. But look at this. Speaking of a downward spiral, that's exactly where David's going to take Travis. David, of course, the obvious powerhouse of the team, picked up the winning pin in the 6-man tornado tag match at Wolfpac in the Outback 2. A main event that didn't quite live up to expectations, but it never seems to with the Cotterells and the Wolfpac, because the repeated theme is that the Wolfpac always win against the Cotterrells. It's something that just historically happens, and Travis is trying to do whatever he can to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself as he pushes for his first world title opportunity. Tag made, and in comes Steven, and after a stare down there between him and Travis, they've really got him for each other here. And now Travis trying to crawl away already, trying to get out of the corner of the Wolfpac, but Steve just going to keep him where he wants him. The Wolfpac very much in control to start this one off. The Chaos Twins didn't do much better than Travis is doing right now, but Travis trying to fight on, but Steve proving to be too dominant right now, and a big knee to the top of the head. And a kick to the gut as well. And Travis in a bad way here, but look at this. Big counter, and now can land some offense of his own. Look at that, pump handle, slam down to the mat, and that's what he needed. And that's going to give him the room to tag out. Is he going to tag out? Yes, he does. Tags in Tyler again instead of Jason, though. And Jason, the only man yet to come in other than Sam. But look at this. Oh, went for a belly-to-belly. Instead, turned into a hip toss there by Steve. And the Wolfpac enjoying the control right now. And now look at this, Steve. Ready to wrap this one up with a super kick. Super kick to the face of Tyler Chaos. And now to the corner. This is not where he wants to be. But look at this, Steve. Look at Steve. Looking to run with that drop kick again. We saw this last week, and now he's going to do it again. And the same result is it busts open the Chaos Twin. That is Tyler Chaos. And did a tag out. He's not done. He wants David to go in and have a go. They don't even need Sam in this match right now. Oh, look at this. He shakes it off, though. He's back to his feet. Now needs to tag out. And he's gone to. And I think he was going for Travis, and he has. Travis is back in. No one's brought in Jason just yet, which is, I think, a weird strategy there. Jason, of course, being the freshest man, but Travis was eager to get back in the ring. He saw this match fading away from him there as Tyler Chaos was busted open. But now look at this. David scooping up Travis, getting him behind, and laying him down there. Beautiful move again from David. And David and Steve showing why they're the Fight Night Tag Team Champions. And right now, Sam just playing cheerleader and doesn't even need to get into that ring and do anything while his team is dominating right now. Went for a neck breaker, another counter, this time by David. And now look at this, Travis trying to stay in control, not give him a second to breathe. And now he's got him in the Chaos Twin corner. This is where he wants him, but look at this, another counter. And now lifting him up, beautiful back breaker. Dropping him onto the knee, and both Chaos Twins begging to get in the ring. David refusing to let them. Oh, tried to scoop him up there. Might have been thinking for a package pile driver, but a big counter. Travis picks him up. Big shot to the head. And now look at this kick to the gut. Looking for it. Axe kick to the top of the head. There's the axe kick. And into the cover. Is this going to be enough to wrap it up? It was enough to wrap up Brad last week. But it only gets him a 1 this week. The Wolfpac didn't even bother coming to help David. He had it under control. And look at that. There's an eye rake. Referee had no problem letting it happen, and he just gets tossed over the head by David. And of course, King Sam still yet to come in. Jason Chaos also yet to come in, but I'm starting to feel that might be by choice. Look at this, though. David's got him in a good position here. Package pile driver onto the knee. And the Wolfpac are cruising here. Momentary slip there with the axe kick. But other than that, they've maintained control. And now ready to wrap this one up, maybe. Looking here for it. A package pile driver right on the skull. And following it through with a Falcon Arrow. And I thought maybe he was going to go... Oh, look at that. Was trying to go for a high risk, but tried to crawl away to the Chaos Twins. And he prevents that from happening. Oh, flips out of danger there and into a big roundhouse kick. Jumping through for added impact. Trying to keep his team alive here. And he might do it again here. Looking for another axe kick this time. Just kind of paused on the run up there. To make sure he digged in the heels. Oh, look at this. Scoop up slam there. And running through into a leg drop. And all of a sudden, Travis is rolling here. But can he capitalize on the opportunity here to take control to the Chaos Twin corner? Might want to tag out. Decides against it. But now what's he thinking? Oh dear. We've seen this before, but it's usually Steve doing the delivery rather than receiving it. Travis, looking to take this one to the outside. Outside superplex. And Travis providing the fight back here for him and the Chaos Twins. Steven down, and he is hurt. Landing heavily on the concrete there as he lands off the top turnbuckle. And taken down as well. Oh, but look at this, as he got caught taunting. Oh, but a big counter. And Jason Chaos having no interest in getting involved in this match whatsoever by the looks of things. And he's going to toss Tyler Chaos into the ring and landing an elbow drop. And look at this, he's looking to make him pay there, but he's trying to roll out of harm's way. Oh, look at this, these two crossing paths there. And back into the ring, and that might be the opening that Travis needs. Travis grabbing him in a headlock position, up on the shoulders. A vulnerable spot to be in. Look at this, what's he doing here? Just wearing down on the chest region-ish. Oh, but look at that. He fights out of it. Took him a while to do so there. I wasn't sure if Travis quite got the desired effect of what he was trying to do, but Steve fights out. And all of a sudden the control has changed. Travis has single-handedly turned this match around, but Steve now trying to turn it back in his team's favour. There's a super kick that busts him open. That's 2 men out of 3 bleeding. Jason Chaos still refusing to even come into this match. And now once again looking for the Falcon Arrow. Connects! The Wolfpac in full control. Look at this. He's going to tag out here, and that might be the mistake. Tags made, and the first time for both of these men. In comes King Sam and Jason Chaos. Oh, look at that. There's the knee across the jaw. Killing the hot tag momentum. But straight with a counter, and there's a clothesline. And another clothesline. Not a good re-entry, an entry into this match for King Sam as he gets taken down 3 times. And both these men coming in for the first time, the 2 freshest men in the ring, and King Sam with a leg drag. I don't know why I struggled so much to remember that. And now King Sam, for a while, he can just be left alone to work with him here. I doubt that anyone else is going to get involved. Look around the ring. There's bodies on the floor, blood everywhere. David and Steve are shattered. They've been doing all the heavy lifting in this match. So I guess it really comes down to Jason Chaos and Sam to just do whatever they want. And Sam already interested in putting this one away. There's a running knee across the jaw. And the World Heavyweight Champion showing why he's just that here. Has he done enough to wrap him up? No, he hasn't. It's a 2 count. And still relatively fresh in this match, Jason, but he's now taking some heavy hits. Needs to start providing some of his own. And there's a Hurricane Run to get him on the right track. And if you look at both his teammates, they're both bleeding. They've both taken their share of the load. So the question is he going to be the one to carry this all himself now until the end of the fight? And now being picked up, tossed to the corner. This is where he wants him. He wants him in the corner, trapped. And that's exactly why. Whispering the win to the world champion. And all of a sudden, the tide turns again to the corner. Might be looking for Chaos. The Chaos, no! Big counter, preventing the tag team work. Went for Chaos, the Chaos. Instead now, King Sam gets him hard. Oh, look at that. King Sam was looking for the crossface chicken wing. Big counter. And a counter again on the drop kick as he sidesteps it. And now what's Sam thinking? Picking him up. Oh, and a beautiful move there. The mid-air spin for added impact. Landing right on the back as well. King Sam wisely drags him away from his corner. And now what's he thinking? Look at this. Just going to... Oh! The knee, I think he's bleeding there. I can see blood on the apron. And all 3 members of the opposing team now bleeding. David and Steve not looking the freshest though either. They're not ready to come back into this match. I don't think. Look at it, Sam. What's thinking? Oh, look at that. Was thinking of a... I don't know what he was thinking there, but he turned it into a power bomb. It was very nice. Spins him around. Now he's in trouble. Looking for the crossface chicken wing. Oh, no. Look at that. A spin-out knee right across the jaw. And now King Sam spins him around again, and now he can execute it. The crossface chicken wing. He's got it locked in. It's made everyone he's put in it tap so far, and the trend continues. King Sam knocks off, leads the Wolfpac to victory and knocks off the Chaos Twins and Travis, and sends a strong warning to Travis for the upcoming pay-per-view and to the Chaos Twins. To be honest, that was a Wolfpac win from the opening bell. You could see the whole time they dominated. They managed to keep control, and once again, Sam, David and Steve did the work, and it was the World Heavyweight Champion that wrapped this one up, who did very well there. First faking out using that knee strike to fool him into thinking he was going for the submission hold, but then actually applying the submission hold after. Very smart play there from King Sam and showing why he leads this team to glory so well. Well, the Wolfpac era in full force, but can one of these three men, the Chaos Twins or Travis, finally remove them from their title and start to bring down the Wolfpac empire that is building here on Friday Fight Night? We'll have to find out sooner rather than later. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up tonight's show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.